I just want to win. That's what they'll always say. They see these people, these incredible players who sacrificed everything and worked constantly to improve and be at the peak of their level and gave up almost everything and battled, and really all that was in these guys' minds was trying to win and trying to be the best. They hear the way they talk. And so, as with a lot of human behavior, they have this logic of, well, if he talks that way and he was a winner, then I'm trying to play and I'm trying to be good, so I'll talk that way and I'll adopt that mindset. And while the mindset is good, they don't bring with it all the other aspects of it. What they don't realize is that mindset, that philosophy, is the end stage. It's the verbal expression of an actual philosophy of their life, which took place in action, in small decisions that took place every day of their lives, to have a hard practice, to practice with purpose. All the things that went into it, these people haven't studied. They've just heard what's said, and then they're parroting the same things and thinking if they just try, that trying is enough. It's not enough. They don't do absolutely everything they could do to improve. And yet the person who says, I just want to win, I just want to win, explained like that, or all that matters to me is to be the champion, all I'm doing is trying to be the best, that implies that nothing else matters except to be the best. It's about practicing with purpose. It's not about just playing to win the practice or to win a single game. It's about practicing so that you improve and that you get the best aspects of your game to a high level, you minimize mistakes, and then a natural byproduct of that will be success and winning. You don't need to focus on winning the actual game. You need to focus on playing your best and making the best decisions and minimizing your mistakes. Then you will win games, you will win series, you will win tournaments, you will improve as a player. And as long as you're improving as a player, you will ascend through the ranks. And then on the very back end, you're going to get your payoff, that you succeed and you have your big moment. Whereas everyone else wants the payoff now. They want to feel good winning this scrim. They want to feel good that they've got nice skills and that, oh, don't worry about that, I'm having fun in this practice, and oh, our team, yeah, we all have so much fun in scrims, like, oh, we get along so well. I love to go out for meals with these guys and go to Disneyland. None of that fucking matters. You're taking your payoff at the beginning, and then you're wondering why at the end you're bankrupt and there's nothing left for you at the end, and it wasn't what you expected, because you weren't willing to invest all of that effort early and get the payoff on the back end. The people who do that are the champions.
I've been with you for a long time. We've known each other for over a dozen years. I know how much this means to you. Can you put it in words for your fans?
I can't. I'm just speechless. It feels so good.
Now, when I was 15 years old, I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I come back 2 weeks later. This person comes up and says, who's your hero? I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. No. She said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be my hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me, because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
As Alu go look low, hits the diffuser, falling, gets back. He's going to be pressured, but he doesn't know that. He's also flashed off. Eagle works though. Limited vision, limited weapons. Or two, pray! Oh, the fourth as well. Taco gets him down. No chance for Passion to strike. Nice shot. Snacks up close. And a straight flash high in the sky. They won't be able to dodge. Means he can go back for more. And he certainly will. Finds a second and a third. Snacks on fire. What a shot! Could be the one to lose it all as well. This is fast paced. There's a headshot. Oh, he gets a second and a third. It's like every time you see Cold alive in a 1vx situation, you can never feel too comfortable that it's actually going to go in the favor of the ones who have the numbers, because Cold's just that type of player.
You know, you take a drink with your friends, and somebody says, yeah, we should go skydiving tomorrow. And you go, yeah, we'll go skydiving tomorrow. Yeah. And you go, yeah. And everybody goes, yeah. So then that night, you're laying in your bed, and you just keep... And you're terrified. You keep imagining over and over again jumping out of an airplane, and you can't figure out why you would do that, right? And you're laying there and you have the worst night's sleep of your life. So you wake up the next day and you go, you know, down, and you said where you were going to meet, and everybody's there. So you get in the van and you don't know that your friends had the same night that you had, because they're pretending like they didn't. They're like, yeah, man, my uncle's a Navy SEAL, and you know, this is going to be great. I've been looking forward to this. And you're like, oh my God. And your stomach is terrible. You can't eat and everything, but you don't want to be the only punk who doesn't jump out of this airplane. So you get there, and then you have this safety brief. And you're standing there, and the guys would tell you, well, if the chute doesn't open, what's going to happen is you're doing, well, why the hell, what could happen? So you fly, and you go up, you go up, you go up, you go up to 14,000 feet, and you notice there's a light. It's red, and it's yellow and green, right? So right now, the light's red. So then you start thinking, at some point, the light's going to go green, but you don't know what's going to happen, right? And you wait, and it goes yellow, and the light goes green, and somebody opens the door, and in that moment you realize you've never been in a freaking airplane with the door open. And the guy walks you up to the end of the thing, and you're standing and your toes are on the edge, and you're looking out down to death. And they say, on 3, and they say, 1, 2, and he pushes you on 2 because people grab on 3, and you go, and you fall out of the airplane, and in 1 second, you realize that it's the most blissful experience of your life. You're flying, right? It doesn't feel like falling, right? It's like you actually are kind of held a little bit by the wind, and then you start, and you start falling, and there's zero fear. You realize that the point of maximum danger is the point of minimum fear.
We was losing 7-14. I was so sad because I wasn't like entry fragger or something else. I was like looker and I don't do anything. Like support player. And I feel that we're gonna lose. First time when I was on tilt. And after this last kill, I was so happy.
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
In Counter-Strike Global Offensive, do you DM every day with all the different weapons? Do you practice your proper technique in DM? You don't just go for headshots in DM, but in a real game you just spray into the body? When you're in a practice game, do you practice the actual strategy? Do you do it in an offhanded manner and go, don't worry, in the real game it'll be okay? Well, the way that you practice is the way you're going to play in the game. It's the way you're going to be most comfortable. It's the way your habits will be formed. So if you practice sloppily and like a fuckhead, then you're going to play sloppily and like a fuckhead in the game. And then when it happens, you're going to go, that's not who I am. Like, I'm a better player than that. I know my skills better. No one gives a shit, mate. Do it in the game, or no one gives a flying fuck what you can do in practice. There are NBA players who can make 10 3-pointers in practice when no one's guarding them and it's just them and an empty net. But put them into a game, they can't even make 3 3-pointers in a game with any kind of consistency, because that takes an incredible amount of focus and discipline and execution.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits. And not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.